the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard with you here on a Monday, live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Good guests on the program lined up today. Eddie Olczyk on the NHL. Brian Mahoney on the NBA. Zach Cohen as well gave out a huge ticket on the Pacers many months ago. How is he going to slice and dice with that bad boy as they are now in the Eastern Conference Finals? We'll get into the Major League Baseball card, most wins in May. PGA recap as well. Thanks for checking in today on YouTube TV, the VSiN Watch app, Sirius XM Channel 158, wherever you might be listening or watching the show. And now the finals, the semifinals are, set now actually in the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference, both the NBA and the NHL. And based on what happened yesterday, Paulie, afternoon anyway, out here, Pacific time zone, with what the Thunder did to the Nuggets, it was hairy there to begin. They're down 11. I thought Denver had them where they wanted them, and they were still compromised in that game. I mean, Gordon clearly wasn't 100%. I think Murray, the fallout from his illness really affected him yesterday. Westbrook was terrible yet again. They had no depth whatsoever. That was a one-point game at the timeout with 3:10 to play before halftime, and then an 18-5 run that could not happen for the Nuggets. They allowed it to happen, and then that was the ball game. The floodgates opened up. And now, as a result, the series price here between Oklahoma City and Minnesota is through the roof. Here at Circa, they're $365.
All right, you're throwing a lot at me, champ. Number one, I can't believe Gordon played.
Neither can I.
The long-term damage he could have done.
I know it.
If something would have happened. Joker said, don't play. Are you out of your mind? So he was going to try to steal Game 7 here, and then who knows what? Who knows? I'd probably just say I'll see you next year. But I got to play in Game 7. And I know he couldn't sprint, but he actually produced.
He did.
And he tied for most rebounds in the game. Adelman's going to get the job. He did a good job, but yesterday he did not. You cannot sit Murray and Joker at the same time when you have a one-arm Porter and an injured Gordon and a horrific Russ.
Killer.
So when it was 21-10, he goes to the bench and all hell breaks loose. Good job by Williams. They solved the zone for the first time this series, and there was just sloppy joes, silly turnovers by Denver, easy baskets, blowout, and it was unfortunate what looked like a good day on paper with PGA Game 7 and Game 7, no drama. Thank you, Maple Leafs. Thank you, Nuggets.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty bad weekend in terms of overall drama.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a great sports weekend. I'd tell you that the Preakness was by far and away the best thing that happened with the run there by journalism. But so now they're going to go from facing this team, Denver, that has absolutely zero depth. Can I say that Denver has the worst depth in the entire league?
Yeah.
They have nobody on the bench.
They had the best player, and I didn't think everyone picked the Clippers to beat them, and the 60-cent move on the series price.
Sure, right.
Denver shouldn't have been here, and that's an indictment also of the Clippers, Harden, and also OKC.
But it also won 7 games. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, come on. They did not even at no point other than Game 2, though, the rest of the series, did they look like the 68-win team with the number one defense, the number one point differential, most turnovers forced, and all that jazz. And you're right. They just have no depth, compromised players, and you had to go 7 against them, and you were in trouble. I know you blew Game 1, but you were down big, and you had to come back to win at Denver when you were down 2-1 as well. So I don't understand. Back to one of your questions about where we're at with the series price. Because before the game, DraftKings put up $260.
So then why a dollar move then? Because of the blowout?
I don't get it. If you're $260, and then they blow out a team which 2 guys are hurt, and then you move it all the way. ESPN bets at $4. Come on now.
Okay, so, and by the way, some spots opened up like minus 330, and now this comes down to, pro bettors, their computers, their numbers, what it's telling them to bet, where the numbers might lie, and what they should be taking advantage of, if you will. And so if that's going to go to $365 here at Circa and $4 at ESPN bet, here at Circa, let me rephrase it for people who don't do the odds converter stuff. Minus 365 to win something converts to 78.5%. You're telling me that the Oklahoma City Thunder have basically an 80% chance to win the series? Does that seem right to you? 80% chance?
No.
And like we talked about, Denver has absolutely zero depth. Well, hello. Minnesota's one of the deepest teams. They can match Oklahoma City player for player for the most part.
They have size, they have length, they have depth, and get ready. They're going to play a lot of zone.
Yeah, and they're a better shooting team.
That too.
From downtown.
This is outrageous. I think both series prices are outrageous. And I said that immediately when I saw the Cavs-Pacers price. I thought OKC was way high against Denver as well. I mean, you're laying 10.5, 11 in these games to start the series. And
sure.
I'm with you. We're getting carried away here with some of these prices.
You know that the Timberwolves are 30-6 in the last 36 games Julius Randle has played. And he is averaging 24, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds in the playoffs so far, shooting 51% from the floor and 35% from downtown. The Thunder got killed last year because of a guy like PGA Washington, murdered him, went off in that series, played the best basketball of his life. I think there's going to be a spot here where a guy like Randle, or more specifically Naz Reid, really shows up in this series, because I don't know what Gobert's going to be able to. I think defensively, Gobert, well, he has to show up here and be a monster, and he can be in this series. But I also think Gobert has a chance to give Minnesota nothing offensively. You cannot throw the ball down low on the low block to this guy. He looks like a clumsy sixth grader out there with his handles. And now you're going to have big guys and awesome defenders down low. Like, he's going to be a waste, I think, on the offensive end. So does that mean more minutes for a guy like Naz Reid? Did the Timberwolves go small ball in this series to maybe play to their advantage? And don't forget that the Wolves beat him twice this year, and Randle did not play in either one of those games.
Oh, and Randle's been Superman in the playoffs, 24, 6, and 6. Mm-hmm. Yep. The one thing that stands out was what SGA did in those meetings. 37, 39, and 40.
Yep.
He got whatever he wanted. I don't know what Finch is going to do. That's I see how he handles it. You're right. I'm not a Gobert fan, but he certainly was there with the rim protection, and he can help there as well. And I do think Minnesota will control the pace. I think the East will be an over series, high flying, high scoring, bombs away, and I think the West will be a slow pace and an under series.
What Jalen Williams are we going to get for Oklahoma City?
Don't know.
Supposed to be their second best player.
I know. He was good in Game 7, but again, the zone gave him a ton of issues in the Denver series and in the 4 matchups in the regular season. So that's what Finch is going to do, and I don't know. That's a key to the series as well. Also, a key is what Ant are we going to get? And I know great player, but in terms of, are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to be passive? Are you going to get yours early on, or are you going to be looking to get the others involved and attack it that way? Because we saw in the second half at times of that Golden State series, especially those road games, when he's aggressive and when he's on, it's a whole different team.
Sure. Now, this part concerns me, certainly as somebody who was holding T-Wolves 40-1 to win the West. They're sloppy. They play out of control at times. Out of 16 playoff teams, they are 13th in turnover percentage. And Oklahoma City is number 1 in opponent turnover rate. And I can see this series being littered with spots where I'm just going to be holding that ticket, like shaking my head. Guys, come on, man. I know that Oklahoma City's defense is so good, but can you please not have so many unforced errors? You got to clean that stuff up. That part concerns the death out of me. The daylights out of me, I should say. So, but I still think that the price on the series overall is way too high. And the Knicks, by the way, when you do the conversion at minus 160, that is a 61.5% chance to win the series. Too high?
Too high, and they're taking money. I don't get it. I think the Pacers are the better team. Pacers are the hotter team. And I think the way they are going offensively right now, I mean, the Knicks won the series, but the Celtics also lost it and gave it to them with what happened in the first 2 games. So you're up 20 late in the third quarter. But the run that Indiana's on and the frenetic pace and getting you in a track meet, first 2 rounds, effective field goal percentage, 58%. It's a record. 117 points per 100 possessions in the playoffs. Dominating right now. Second best offense in the playoffs, what they're doing. Can they contain Cat, and can Cat stay out of foul trouble? That's big because Cat was awesome in the regular season in meetings, and Cat's going to be big in this series. He should be able to dominate and have his way down low. I wouldn't shoot threes if I'm Cat. He's 3 of 19 in the Boston series. But he should clean the boards, but the big if is foul trouble, and that could decide it.
Here were his numbers in the regular season only against Indiana this year. 30-plus points per game, 12 rebounds, 2.3 steals, and 56.6% shooting. He killed him. JVT has a great write-up on VSiN.com. I would highly encourage that you read that, and also Zach Cohen, who's coming on later with us. JVT makes a great case for Josh Hart to lead the series in rebounds at 5-1. And I implore you to go out there and read it yourself. But
he was great against Boston, too.
Sure,
So
he's going to play endless minutes here. He's a total hustle guy. And I just think that he's going to have tons of opportunities here to gobble up, 10, 11, 12 rebounds throughout this entire series. So I know that the Cavaliers were banged up.
Better team won.
I know the Bucks were banged up. Bucks were not going to beat the Pacers in that series. The Cavaliers, I thought, were manhandled by Indiana in that series.
Yep.
And you cannot forget, Knicks had to outscore the Pistons by 19 in the fourth quarter of Game 1. They won 3 one-possession games in that series, all on the road. Oh, and by the way, I'm still waiting for the foul to be called on Josh Hart at the end of the game. That probably would have given the Pistons the win. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Shoulda lost to Detroit in round 1. And then Boston, as you said last Friday, they could have won that series 5-0.
Yep.
They blew the first 2. Tatum gets hurt in Game 4. You do the math on that.
It's a good Final Four, though. It's refreshing. For the 7th straight year, we'll have a different champ.
Yeah.
Indiana's never won it. OKC's never won it. Minnesota's never won it. The Knicks haven't won it since '73. So
I like that.
No matter what happens, right. And I don't see OKC as this runaway favorite either. Smarter bets start here. Last all year long with VSiN Pro. Get the annual subscription, 14 months, just $199 when you use promo code PRO. We'll throw in 2 extra months free for less than 50 cents a day. The best bets, the daily email from Bill 80, every pick, every host, every guest. The dog videos, vsin.com/subscribe.
I will throw a couple of numbers at you for Eastern Conference Finals MVP to consider up next, and also NHL semifinals. Game 1, numbers, series prices, updated Conn Smythe odds next here on VSiN.
What's the guarantee? Eric?
Time to make history. Millions are calling. Look for the Circa Million and Circa Survivor Guarantee on May 22nd, 2025. 2 ways to win. Millions guaranteed. 100% payback.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah. Came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole 9, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Responsible sports betting starts with a game plan. That means stick to a budget. Keep it social by playing with friends. Learn the game and know the odds. Play with trusted legal operators. And if you need help, reach out. If you're getting in on the action, visit haveagameplan.org to learn more.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Paul, you said you're expecting high-scoring games, Pacers-Knicks, although I think the tempo there is going to be the story, right? Because the Pacers have been one of the fastest teams the entire year. They were 7th in the regular season, 3rd in the playoffs. The Knicks were one of the slowest teams in the regular season, and they've been actually slower in the playoffs. So that said, your short shots to win the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Brunson is plus 105, Halliburton is plus 210. But if you get like your way with this, right, and you have a ton of points and you're going to be betting overs the way it sounds and it goes that way, I think a couple of guys that would make sense, first, like OG Anunoby and Josh Hart are both 65-1.
Wow. You can make a case for a lot of guys just because also look at Indiana. 7 guys scored double figures. So someone could have a unique or outrageous series and just get hot at the right time, too.
So, and I'll throw in Mikal Bridges as well at 40-1. There's an angle here, right, with the way the Pacers, like if the Knicks win the series, and they're favored to against 61.5% when you translate it to the probability with the money line that's currently on the betting board. So the way the Pacers stack up and how they play, if one of those guys, Bridges and Anunoby, I'll lead off with here, if they slow down one of the best offensive players for the Pacers in this series, or they're having a great defensive series, first of all, it's only going to help their cause. And secondly, as we've seen at times, Anunoby can fill it up. Bridges can score points.
Yeah.
And if Brunson happens to not go for 30 every game, I think when you combine the two, this is like an Andre Iguodala situation here. And those numbers are massive to me on both those players.
Yep.
Miles Turner is 50-1.
That's not bad. He could have a big series.
Sure.
Yep, I don't mind that either. So I will say, you got on me Friday, even though there was a Rambo movie released 7 years ago. The Reggie Miller stuff is 26 years old. TNT is carrying the conference. Don't do this. Don't make this all about Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. And no one remembers this stuff.
It's too late.
It's ridiculous, right?
It's already
They're
happening.
going to do it, and they're going to do it too. So I'm happy. The Knicks fans have to calm down. It's a great story, though.
Stop throwing the garbage on the Pacers fan. Come on, guys.
Leave poor Brian Windhorst alone too. So, but 25 years is a long time. And I know everyone taking the shots. It was just no one wanted to go there, and they were a laughingstock. Between Dolan, sell the team, Isaiah Thomas, the harassment lawsuit, giving these horrendous contracts out. In 1 year, I retweeted this too. In 2014, their starting 5 was Lou Amundsen, Lance Thomas, Jason Smith, Langston Galloway, and Tim Hardaway. I mean, Brunson changed everything, though, too.
Yeah, sure.
So, is he a top 5 Knick? Maybe. But people even laughed when they signed him and said, good player, but you overpaid him. And now look what he's done. And maybe they go there last year if he doesn't. They have all those injuries in Game 7. But the turnaround by this organization, how they went from laughingstock, they thought they were going to get Durant and Kyrie, and they couldn't even forget it. Never even considered the Knicks. And no one would sign there. And now they've turned this around because of Tibbs, but also big time because of what Brunson has become.
They should be thanking the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, absolutely.
There are 2 organizations here. What the Lakers did with the deal to get Luka, and then they got Brunson for nothing.
Yeah, he was
nothing.
2 for 36, I think.
You got to be kidding me.
You tell the Dallas, just give me 2 for 37. I'm good. 2 for 36, and then
good Lord,
they wouldn't offer it. And then he said, "Sorry, I'm not a $100 million player now. I'm not going to take it on principle. So I'm going to go to New York and take my dad and see how this goes." And what a move that's been.
You do anything yet with the NHL?
No, also wide open.
Predators around $1.20 favorite here, taking on, this
Panthers. Panthers?
I'm talking Game 1. Sorry.
You said Predators.
Yeah, Predators are $1.20 favorite in Game 1. I just looked again here on the board.
You mean the Panthers?
What did I say?
Predators.
No. Oh, Hurricanes.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Hurricanes are $1.20 Game 1, but Panthers are $1.25 for the series here at Circa, and Oilers Stars in the other one as well. We could say the same thing, right? The Panthers and the Maple Leafs went 7 games. This Florida team is a freight train in what they did last night.
Well, but it's also Toronto. I can't believe that. Do they win the series if Stolarz doesn't get hurt? Maybe. But to play like they did in the last 2 home games is just an abomination and an embarrassment. Mm-hmm. And I like Darren Ravel's tweet that he still thinks the most expensive ticket all time will be a Game 7 of a Stanley Cup if Toronto could ever get there. But they can't even get to the second round. Well, last year was an embarrassment for Carolina. They got swept, and they've lost 12 straight in the conference finals.
Sure.
So I love the goaltending matchup. Carolina's been great defensively. It's too tough to call. I'll see. I want to watch Game 1 first. At times, Florida was outplayed by Toronto. And the other series, I mean, this is great. You can make the case that 4 teams here can win the Cup, and it's priced accordingly as well, where Carolina's a long shot, only plus 320. Dallas going back-to-back years. Edmonton took them out in 6 last year, and now you got Hot Skinner. So I know Knobloch said Pickard could play, but I'm going with Skinner till he loses a game. And great job by Dallas. Winnipeg was game in Game 6, but Ottinger's been phenomenal. 5-0. He's 5-0 with a .929 save percentage, by the way, off a loss. So if something happens in Game 1, you can come back with Dallas as well. But if Edmonton gets the power play going, I think they're going to win the Cup. And
So do I.
They were 1 of 11 on the power play against VGK. They straightened out their defense and the issues they had against the Kings. We'll see if Skinner can keep it going. But I think they can get past Dallas, and then you have the revenge angle against Florida, or I think they're just better than Carolina, if it's what the matchup's going to be.
So how long does it go then for Skinner if he allows 4 in Game 1, they lose 4-2?
Good question.
Is that it for him? Does he get yanked? Remember that there's that angle here where in Games 1 through 3 of a series, he's just been atrocious.
Right, 4 through 7, he's the nuts.
Yeah, exactly right.
I know. Yeah. Game 1's huge, though.
He can set the tone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And our buddy Mike Palm here at Circa has been calling Jake Ottinger a, quote, fake ace. To translate it to, like, his analogy there is like a, Pablo Lopez in Major League Baseball, who he doesn't like, calls him a fake ace. That's Ottinger to him. Doesn't trust him at all.
I do. He's good. And back-to-back conference finals appearances hasn't been because of him. And that loss in overtime last year was also low scoring. So we'll see if Dallas is scary right now, what they're doing, even with all those injuries and to take out Colorado and to beat Winnipeg. So rooting for Edmonton. See if they can end the drought. We're down to 1 now for Canada. Oh, God. Is it ever going to happen? But certainly, Bettman's at Hoover Dam. If it's Dallas against whoever wins the East, that is not what they want from a rating standpoint. And to me, but they're both coin flips. They're too tough to call.
Sure, I think that obviously the series price and the Game 1 numbers kind of tell you that as well. Probably going to go, very, very long. Go 6-7 games in each of these. I don't think that would surprise anybody. I think that's what we're mostly expecting here. Mikko Ratten is down to 4-1 to win the Conn Smythe. 4-1. Not that long ago, he was 25-1 or higher. Makes sense, obviously, with the run that he's been on. And you get this far, that number is obviously going to dissipate. And Connor is the favorite. McDavid plus 350.
Is Skinner down to 70-1 now?
At some books, yeah.
You got that?
75-1.
All right.
But again, he has to play almost flawless hockey just to get into the mix for this series against the Stars. He can't screw it up at all if he's going to have a shot. I took 300-1 because 300-1 is 300-1, and I don't expect a 300-1 ticket to cash. But it's intriguing that maybe that can turn into 15 or 20-1 after like games 1 or 2 if he's really solid again.
Mm-hmm. Well, playoff hockey is a whole different ballgame. Just look what happened. Washington, 1 seed, couldn't make it out of the second round, lost in 5, couldn't score. Toronto won their Division 2 seed, same thing, lost in 7. VGK, run out in 5. 110 points. Winnipeg, the curse, President's Trophy winners. They can't get out of the second round. So, Edmonton had lost 8. Dallas had lost 8 in a row after they got pummeled in Game 1. So that's an incredible turnaround. But I think watch Game 1 and then see what happens and transpires from an in-play standpoint, totals, all of it. Because maybe Florida Carolina is 2-1. That's possible. I could see that.
Yeah,
the
for
way
sure.
Carolina plays. Mm-hmm. And maybe Edmonton's higher scoring against Dallas, but not likely with the 6.5. But I wouldn't be surprised if those are low scoring games also.
I'll give you another one here for the Conn Smythe. Marchand is 35-1.
This is too tough to call also because of the depth and what they're doing. And our guy Jonathan Davis sent this over.
It's death by 1,000 paper cuts there with them.
Total numbers of players with goals. Florida 17, Edmonton 16, Carolina 15. Total number of players with points. Florida 21, Edmonton 19, Carolina 18. Could be a different star every night for these teams.
Yep.
Maybe the way to attack it's the goalie angle. I don't know.
Looking forward to it, though. I mean, this, again, coin flips here, NBA playoffs, completely wide open. Can make the case for, I think, any of those teams to win their series here that we have on the board and to win the finals as well. Did you do anything live with Scotty Scheffler at the PGA?
No.
No, neither did I.
Nope. How low did he get to? He opened the day $5, and then Rahm caught him.
I saw
condolences if he had Rahm top 5.
That's one of the worst beats. That's Ludwig Aberg at the Masters all over again. Maybe worse.
Yeah.
I saw the lowest I got to with Scheffler yesterday was minus 125. But he wasn't playing well.
Oh.
Rahm came storming back to tie him up there at minus 9. So I didn't take it and had a bad PGA Championship. I thought it was a kind of not a great tournament until the final day where the leaderboard turned into greatness.
Yep. Go all in. Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate getaway package, $400, 2-night stay, $100 dining, $100 beverage credit, your own day bed at Stadium Swim. Incredible. Valid through May 26th, September 4th. Lock it in, the all-in summer package. CircaLasVegas.com, all your needs. CircaLasVegas.com.
Hear me out on an 18-1 shot in Major League Baseball next.
They're off.
If you're serious about betting this season, it's time to go pro. Right now, you can score 14 months of VSiN Pro for just $199. That's 2 extra months on us. We're talking daily best bets, exclusive splits from DraftKings and Circa, full access to the VSiN Watch app, and all of our betting guides, including the Kentucky Derby and the big one, the NFL betting guide. But don't wait, this offer's gone May 31st. Head over to VSiN.com/subscribe and use the code PRO, P-R-O, to lock it in and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Multiple messages here at what took place yesterday. Quail Hollow, PGA Championship. You can always tweet the show at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Paulie Howard. Email is ftm@vsin.com. This is from Mike. He had Rahm plus 450 in the winner without Scotty market going into Sunday. He took him Sunday morning. That's when he bet him at plus 450. He's tied at 9 under. Guy finishes 8th. This is from Matt on X. He also had Rahm, winner without. He said that the best number that he got to hedge off of it, to actually get down on Scotty, was minus 160. Put a big bet on Scotty at that point, and then he just pulled away, and that was it. That's what Scotty can do. And I saw the best number I looked at yesterday on Scotty to win the U.S. Open was plus 480. I put a small bet on that because I just thought plus 480. Other books opened up plus 350. So, and I took some DeChambeau at 15-1 for the U.S. Open as well. I'm done. I'm done with these majors, making cases for guys like our 60, 80, 100-1. They're not winning. I'm done.
Really?
Nope. No,
okay.
Too many guys. They've burned me too many times now.
Okay.
The Russell Henleys of the world can't make another cut. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Waste of money. So here is the update on the most wins in May in Major League Baseball. The Twins currently lead at 13 wins. DraftKings, they keep the odds up the entire month. Twins have 11 games left. They're currently plus 185. The Cardinals and Tigers each have 12 wins. They start a series today. The Cardinals have 11 games left. The Tigers have 12 games left. Cards are plus 650. Tigers are plus 220. Scooble should go 3 more times here for Detroit. Huge.
Right in St. Louis tonight, too.
Yeah. Yep. The Phillies, this is the team I talked about on Friday when they were plus 650. And they swept the lowly Pirates over the weekend. Mm-hmm. They have 11 wins. They're 2 back. They're plus 360. They have 12 games left, including 4 today, starting today at Colorado. They also have the A's, the Braves playing good ball, and the Brewers not playing good ball. But here's the team, Paulie, and I would ask you, with 11 or 12 games left, when a team is 3 games back, can you make a case? The Cubbies are 18-1. They're 3 back. They have 10 wins, and they only have 11 games left. However, they have 3 at Miami starting today. They have 3 at Cincy, playing better ball now. Then they have 3 against the Rockies and 2 more against the Reds. Can they get into the mix here and climb above the Tigers, Cardinals, and maybe catch the Twins?
Yeah, difficult, not impossible. 12-3 so far against teams with a losing record.
Yeah.
It's 15 in a row against teams under 500 coming up. So I thought you might continue to go to bat with PCA MVP with what you said, with the numbers coming down on that.
I do have strong numbers on him again today, though.
Mm-hmm. He's on pace to go 41 home runs, 48 stolen bases, 131 ribbies, and 124 runs scored.
Okay, if he does those numbers and the Cubs win 95 games in their division, is he the MVP?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yep.
There's also more on P. Crow Armstrong here. He leads the NL in WAR, which is huge when it comes to the MVP, at 3.1 now. He's number 2 behind Aaron Judge. Pretty good. Also, 8 outs above average, leads all Major League Baseball outfielders. I don't think that voters will shy away from how good a guy is defensively. He is stellar playing the field. And in Miami, he had a home run last Tuesday against this team. 7 of 21, 3 home runs, 6 career games against the Marlins. I did play him over total bases today for a smaller bet, over 1.5 plus 105. But he's down to 12-1 now. He was 30-1 on Friday. He's 12-1 to win the MVP today.
Mm-hmm. Great story.
You want to hop in, or is it too late?
No, it's not too late.
I thought 30 was too late.
Yeah, no. Still do it. He's on pace for those numbers, yeah. It's also what's Ohtani's numbers going to look like, and they continue to lose games. Like there's a scenario maybe where the Cubs have a better record. That's not far-fetched.
That could be, yeah.
What did Angels in a sweep pay? What if he did the rollover?
Around 32 or 33-1.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, they got issues with the pitching, and everyone hurt too. The Phillies are only minus 270 to win the series against Colorado. Minus 270. It's a 4-game set. So the Rockies are throwing Freeland 0-6 with a 6.18. Then they're throwing Sensatella 1-7 with a 6.39. Then they're throwing Marquez, 1-6 with an 8.78.
It only gets worse.
Come on, I know.
So I looked at playing the Phillies.
Look at run. 2.5. Forget the run line.
Oh, my God.
It's 2.5.
Do you have any interest here in the Phillies laying a half a run minus 150-ish in the first 5? So they have to have the lead, and you're laying $1.50 in the first 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
they're throwing my guys. Yeah, they're throwing Sanchez and then Luzardo. Those are my guys.
Mm-hmm.
Love them.
So
they're playing good ball, too. I'd like that, yeah.
I also have some strong numbers here in the first 5. The Phillies are 23-14 overall. The Phillies are 12-4-4 in their last 20 games in the first 5. And the Colorado Rockies are 2-12-1 in their last 15 games in the first 5. Again, half a run here.
How do you score 12 runs against this team and lose Arizona? Come on.
And then they come back and play a 1-0
yeah, I know.
game.
Hilarious. Come on. That's embarrassing. They're 15-3 against teams under 500, so I expect everyone to eat and go off here in Philadelphia against this minor league organization.
Sure. It is, by the way, it's Coors Field, but so the weather can sometimes not be ideal there for like hitter-friendly conditions. Tonight it is. So friendly conditions there at that ballpark. Also Sutter Health in Sacramento. Surprise, surprise, huh? And also Steinbrenner Field, another big shocker in Tampa. Pitcher-friendly conditions tonight. Target Field for the Guardians and the Twins. Oracle Park for the Royals and the Giants. That's a good pitching matchup with Bubic taking on Ray.
Yep.
And then
they're 9-0 when Ray starts.
Yeah, yeah. And also good pitching conditions tonight. Busch Stadium for the Tigers and the Cardinals as St. Louis is tossing Sonny Gray out there. He does have a 4.50 ERA. The FIP is much better than that, a full run. But he has allowed 9 home runs on the year.
I know, but our guy, he owns Baez. That's too bad.
Yeah.
We've been on this Baez train. Every game, Torkelson, Baez, Green.
Green.
Yep, every game.
They're doing something.
Yep, and sometimes it's a couple of them or all 3 of them. But Gray owns Baez. Maybe you want to look at some Torkelson stuff here. But in light of what happened with the Dodgers over the weekend, Detroit, number 1 record, number 1 run differential. What a season here for the Tigers.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you this, too. As a member of the FTM Army, Dan Goodwin put us on this a couple of weeks back, and he's riding it into the ground. And good for him. He told me he's up more than 50 units. And you want to know why? What caught his attention here? He's in a 13-run pool.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know what that is, you get in a 13-run pool, right? And let's say that you draw a team out of a hat, for example. You're playing with your buddies, and you draw the Cardinals. Well, it's if they score exactly 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 13 runs, if they're the first team in baseball to do that, you win the 13-run pool. So he's in this, and he noticed, wait a second here, like the Pirates are never scoring any runs. That's like below 4 every game.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the stretch.
Oh, he's right. It's 23 in a row.
There you go.
The longest since the 71 Phillies.
Yep. So 54 total runs, 6-17 in those 23 games. They're averaging 3 runs per game this season. Per his numbers, they are 40-7, I believe, to the under 4.5 runs. So it's minus 188. You can play these alt team totals, by the way, several books. And the jury's out now on some of these. But like the Pirates, the Royals are another team. The Rays are another team, and so are the Rockies. He's been doing round robins now every day, 2s and 3s, to get him up over 50 units so far in the year. Under 4.5, and now different juice with all these teams involved. I think it was the Royals, though. Their team total of...
yeah, they can't hit either.
No, it's under 4.5 is minus 210.
Yep.
That tells you the direction they're going, and also taking on Robbie Ray tonight.
Yep. I think we all agree, too. We're just we're counting down the days till the Pirates trade Skeens as well.
That's happening.
So we can root for him, and this is just, what a waste. He threw 8 innings, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. He loses the game 1-0.
Yep. Oh,
I mean, it's just...
Can we bet on that, please? Like, will Skeens... Where is the second contract going to come? I'll take the field. Give me the rest of Major League Baseball.
Well, he's going to demand out, is what he's going to do.
That could happen,
Why
too.
would you want to sit... Oh, it's terrible what's going on. Steer as good numbers against Keller, for what it's worth. 6 of 15 with 3 doubles, if you want to get involved with props in that game also. So
right.
Between Baltimore, can't believe Baltimore. Fire their manager. Get swept.
He's to blame, yeah?
Wow.
He's the guy?
3 guys have been whacked already? 4?
Yeah.
This is nuts, right?
You're telling me after the organization failed over and over and over again to actually build a championship roster around their young core, the manager is the reason why. Yeah.
15-30. Lost 6 in a row. One of the worst teams in baseball, the Orioles. NBA playoffs heating up with the conference finals. Profit X offering the best odds all playoffs long. Profit X peer-to-peer sports exchange available in 40-plus states. You'll be able to make your picks against other groups of fans rather than against the books. Exchanges guarantee the best odds on average by 10 to 20%. You can even request your own odds. Download Profit X today, code VSiN. Get up to $200 in profit cash over your first month. Go get it now. New user sign-up offer. Get the $200 at Profit X.
Up next, Paulie's going to recap a lot of the sports betting action from the weekend and win some, lose some, and tell you about a unique market to bet on an NBA game. And it cashed yesterday as high as 110 to 1. Find out the details on that next.
What's the guarantee? Eric?
Time to make history. Millions are calling. Look for the Circa Million and Circa Survivor guarantee on May 22nd, 2025. 2 ways to win. Millions guaranteed. 100% payback.
Your favorite VSiN shows and personalities are now available to download as podcasts. Catch every hour of our live broadcast with VSiN Best Bets, or find your go-to show and download it directly. Get instant reactions to last night's games, sharp analysis on today's biggest matchups, and everything in between. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just catching up, VSiN lets you take the action with you wherever and whenever you want. Search VSiN on your favorite podcast platform and get in on the action with VSiN, the sports betting network. last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Keep sending in the bad beats and the big tickets that cashed. It was a wild PGA Championship. Spieth, this is all to miss the cut. Spieth 2-1, Straka plus 195, Hebert plus 260, Koepka 2-1, never in it, out of it right away, awful. Reed plus 205, Matsuyama 265, Cantlay 3-1, your guy Hentley plus 215. If you saw top 5, send them in. I did not see top 5 on Pendrith, English, Riley, and Poston and Johnny Vegas.
Oh, they had to be
absolutely can you imagine?
Massive numbers.
These are top 20s. Gerard plus 575. Pendrith plus 450.
Well, if Pendrith was plus 450 to go top 20, you can only imagine how big top 5 was.
Fitzpatrick plus 450. English plus 375. Noren 6-1. Scott plus 420. Tommy Two Gloves. Rye plus 345. That's just top 20. And then most of them were top 10, and a lot of them were top 5.
Does he wear 2 gloves?
Rye usually does, yeah.
Does he?
Sometimes, yeah. More in the past. Scott, Cam Davis, Finau, a bunch of guys were tied for 19th, and Connors made a late push too, although he was not top Canadian. Game 7, here's what Mitch was talking about. And a lot of times you see these guys with the 20 to win 100,000 parlays. FanDuel has this. You can bet the method of the first basket. And Braun 2-point shot was 110-1 yesterday. Saw the ticket. Incredible.
How was it 110-1?
Because you factor in everything, free throw, like first point, first basket, all that stuff. It's like, he could.
There's 10 different players, and then there's several different ways.
Jumpers listed, dunks listed, three-pointer, free throw, all that. Wow. Right? Got to consider all of it. Most threes, SGA 10-1. Most assists, Williams 9-1. Most rebounds, Chet plus 550. Dead heat with Gordon. I can't imagine what he was. Wasn't even supposed to play.
Right.
Knicks Celtics game 6. TMI Ozzy had this. Knicks up 16 plus at the half, 12-1. Most points, OG 20-1. Dead heat. Most threes, OG and Bridges, dead heat 8-1. 25 years since the Knicks last made the conference finals. And also Win Some, the widow in Massachusetts, who went to gaming and DraftKings and got the $100,000 back on her husband who passed away, all the futures he had on the Celtics. Got the $100,000 back as they go out in the second round. Leafs-Panthers game 6. Matthews' first goal, 12-1. Exact score, 2-0 Toronto, 100-1. Walled by shutout, 11-1. Well, Leafs reverse puck line, plus 425. Pacioretty, last goal, 37-1. Anytime, 6-1. Game 7. Oh, boy. It was over in the second period. Marchand, last goal, 18-1. Jones, anytime goal, 8-1.
Well, the first 5 minutes of the game, it was totally tilted ice.
I know. How does that happen?
How did they come out of the gates like that?
You're supposed to get that edge. You're playing at home and get the boost from the crowd. You're flat.
Of course.
God.
They were dominated to begin the game.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys.
8-0 shots on goal. Stars Jets game 6. Hell of a game. Can't kill Hellebuck. He was good. It was, what's the guy's name? Appleton? He's got the series right on his stick.
Yep.
He's got the wide open net.
Yep.
Don't give Ottinger too much credit there. He shot it right into him. He shot him where he was.
Mm-hmm.
It was an easy save when you think about it because he put it on him. He's got the whole side of the net, and he missed it. Harley overtime goal, 130-1. Last goal, 27-1. UFC, Costa by decision, 7-1. Green by sub, 10-1. To win in round 1, 9-1. Uzaboyev, decision, 6-1. Gordon, knockout in round 1, 10-1. Santos by sub, 5-1. Round 2, 12-1. Meat Man did it again. Vardy to score, plus 150. Vardy first goal, 4-1 in his final home game for Leicester City. Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on, and I get plenty of these. I love them. These are the dogs watching the dog videos on our show. John Copley sent this in. And there's the pic where the dog does this every day, sitting on the bed watching the show and getting ready for the dog videos. Excellent. Lose some. Matthews and the Leafs. He's played in 6 game 7s. He hasn't scored.
Yep. It's going to be scorched earth. Forget about today. Tomorrow, the whole week beyond that up there. And I don't blame him.
Yep. How do you come out like that again in Game 7? Game 6 was the fluke, which made no sense. It was tied for the largest margin of defeat in Game 7 at home in playoff history.
Did you come back and bet Panthers in regulation last night?
Oh, yeah. I had from series. Yep, came back. I lost.
It was a nice. It was like plus 120-ish in that neighborhood.
I lost Friday, which I couldn't believe, but that's weird. Okay, I'll put it win some and lose some. We got the prices here for EDC. Your bottle of Grey Goose is $9.75. Kettle One $9.50.
They were on clearance this year.
Yeah, Jack Daniels $8.75.
That's a good price.
A bottle of Jameson $9.25. It's $39.99 at the liquor store.
Smoking deal there.
You're paying for atmosphere.
Macallan 12-year was $12.50, I think it said on there.
Yeah. Oh no! A 6-pack of Heineken's $140. A 6-pack of Bud Light's $140. How much is a water?
Are they at least like 20-ounce bottles, please?
Champagne. Dom Perignon 3,400. Champagne packages. Perfect. What is this? Perfect 10. 10 bottles of 750 Dom Perignon. and Casamigos, 14,000.
Well, look at the one lower right, the Notorious, 125 Dom Perignon, right?
Right.
You get a Brut for $750.
Is that half a million? Is that $500,000?
It's $575,000. Yeah.
Oh my God! I got to retweet this. I got to retweet the menu. Oh, then you got the Autograd on top of it. Oh man, I got to find the water. God.
Oh, I'm going to guess the water's $25 a bottle. Right? It has to be.
Everyone's rolling, right? Everyone's on something over there. Bad beat with the wind. You got the volume up for this one? Mitch, did you see? Look at this. The dog's afraid of airplanes. Look at the big fella. Look at him. He's going, oh, no, what's that noise? Look at, and you got the puppy off to the side. Doesn't even bother him. The guy goes hiding in the field. He goes hiding in the grass.
Whatever that is, that noise can't see me down here.
Right, yeah. He tries to hide because he looks, what is that? Oh, no, the noise again. He's afraid of airplanes. That's a new one. That's good. And bad beats. Thanks to everyone who sent them in. Rom top 5. Rom winner without. Rom top live golfer.
Sure, right.
That also, good point. That also lost. The Shambo got it done. Tied for second.
Here's another one. Jim White on X.
Okay.
He had Rom plus a half a shot in a head-to-head against Scotty. It went from a rocking chair winner to a loss like before you could blink. And was that just on Sunday? Did he actually lose the matchup on Sunday alone? He might have.
Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Shot of 73?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Start your day with an edge and a game plan. The VSiN Daily Morning Bets Podcast, your first look at the day's betting lines, sharp action, and market movement. In just 15 minutes, you'll get everything you need to know to make smarter wagers and stay ahead of the line moves, all before your coffee's gone. Daily Morning Bets Podcast, fast, focused, and built for bettors like you. Listen to it wherever you go where you get your podcast. VSiN Daily Morning Bets Podcast.
Vegas regular on X had English top 5. You want to guess the number?
Sure, hit me.
42-1.
Wow.
So that tells me then that a guy like Penrith would have been even higher than that. 42-1 to go top 5. Wow.
Well, Johnny Vegas was $575 to win it. And the top, there's another big boy. What that would have paid. So, boy, oh boy, what a disappointing weekend. Right?
In terms of entertainment and drama, it was no good.
OKC's a blowout. Shut it off at halftime. You can shut the Maple Leafs game off in the second period. And then, after the one scare after the first 9, back 9 was all Scotty.
Mm-hmm. This is from Coach Harry Ellis, who was watching the show. He actually said, I missed it too, but the water was listed under non-alcoholic. It was $90 for a 6-pack of water.
Oh, good catch. Okay.
I would have guessed 150 based on the other prices. A Heineken 6-pack is $140. I mean, here's the thing, right? How do they justify? But they have Paul. This is like what, the 15th year of EDC?
Yeah, I just retweeted.
They have to get these prices.
I retweeted the menu. Yeah.
People are paying it.
Absolutely.
Right? They're not just going to be like, oh, you know what? We never make money on beer sales, so let's just keep upping it. That's not going to happen.
I didn't see them this year, but in the past, you see the $200,000 tabs and the
I'm sure they're out there.
$300,000 tabs.
Yeah, and then you're expected to tip,
well, it's
the automatic gratuity on top of that.
Now that's like, you're going to get mad at me for this reference, but those are the balls behind Indiana Jones when they're coming down chasing him, right? That's when you ask and complain about the 18% is already on there, and then you complain about, hey, you're not going to leave anything more?
Yeah, that's it.
And management backs them up.
Sure.
That's the crazy thing.
There's an
about
extra
it.
space here if you think I did a good job to throw me a little extra. So I'm spending $500,000 right now, including the tip that's already baked in, but you want more.
Can you imagine? And the girls have no problem asking for it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No.
The great Eddie Olczyk on the program coming up next. He was on Game 7, Panthers-Leafs last night. The series went 7 games, but can Carolina stop this Florida freight train?
And we're out.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I need to load funds into my gaming apps.
Stormy.